Christine. Can I just say how much I hate starting videos? I just find it so awkward and I never know what to say and it just feels so forced. So I'm kind of not starting this video today. But hi, if you're new here and watching on YouTube, I would love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with the videos that I put out. I run a blog and this channel is linked to that blog, and it's all about helping out work-at-home mums and mums in general. But mostly work-at-home mums. I teach mums how to blog for a living and also how to efficiently manage your household and run your household and just keep things ticking along. So if that interests you, then subscribe so you can see everything that I have to offer. Today I want to talk to you about meal planning and how to meal plan for an entire month in less than 15 minutes. And no, I'm not like sensationalizing it and making it more than what it is. I actually do that every month and have done for like a couple years now. So I want to share with you, first of all, why you want to do that and then how to do it. And it's not nearly as difficult as you might be thinking it is. I started meal planning like this when I was pregnant with my second child, who's now almost 3. I was living about 15 minutes out of the main town that we're near. And I had a small child, like Jack would have been, really young, probably not even 1 really when I started doing this. So I basically had a baby and I was pregnant, and I found it really difficult going into town to do the groceries and everything on a weekly basis. It was just really hard because physically it was hard being pregnant. I didn't feel good, and then I also had a baby to take with me. And so I started to look into ways to make it easier, and that's how I ended up coming up with this system, and I've continued to use it since then. I now have 3 kids, they're all very close in age, and I don't actually even go to the supermarket anymore with them. So I'll get to that near the end of this video, but let's just start. The first reason that meal planning is amazing and it's something that you want to do is because it lessens your mental load. How many times have you found yourself at the end of the day being, oh no, oh crap, I forgot what I was supposed to get out for dinner tonight, or every morning just like dreading having to think about what you have to cook for dinner. I know I have been there. I hate it. I mean, I don't love cooking dinner in general, mainly because I have 3 little ones, like it's witching hour at that time. But having a meal plan means that I don't have to think what I'm cooking. It's like already done and dusted, and all I have to do is actually cook it, which thinking about what you have to cook is half the battle. Like if someone can just say, this is what you're cooking, then it's a lot easier, and you've got the ingredients because you're going to shop based on your meal plan. It just makes it a bunch easier. So it lessens your mental load. Secondly, it also encourages you and your family to eat better and healthier meals because you're being more aware of what you're eating and you're not just throwing together junk all of the time, because it can be super easy to get into the habit of doing that when you have young children and small kids, even older kids when you have lots of activities on, because you're just trying to get everybody fed and happy and out the door, or all those kinds of things. So this just makes you more aware of what you're doing. So that's the second reason. And then the third reason is that it will help to reduce your grocery bill. And that's because you won't be having takeout quite so often, because you'll have a meal plan and you won't be like, oh my goodness, it's 6 o'clock. I haven't even thought about what we're having for dinner. Let's just order pizza. It'll also reduce your grocery bill because you'll be shopping for what you actually need instead of just guessing. And so you'll be more likely to use up what you actually have in your pantry instead of just buying stuff for the sake of buying it. So those are the 3 main reasons that I found anyway that made a big difference to me and to our family. And so that is the why. Now let's get into the how. So meal planning for a month may sound daunting, but it's actually really, really easy. And once you've done it the first time, it's like super duper easy after that. So it might take you a little more than 15 minutes for the first time, but once you've done it, the work's done and it's just super easy after that. So what I want you to do, first of all, is to write down 21 to 28 meal ideas. Think of all your family's favorites. Think of the things that you actually cook, because I know I have meal stuff that I'll write down and I never actually cook it because either I don't really like the meal or it's just a pain in the butt to cook, and so I don't do it. So make sure they're things that you're realistically going to cook. And if you get stuck, go on Pinterest. Have a look for some meal ideas on there, just to keep things interesting and, change things up. Just 21 to 28 is a good number to go for around there. Once you've done that, you print out a calendar. I like to have a whole bunch of calendars, and then what I do is every month I go into Canva and I have my calendar in there, and then I actually put all my meals in there like that, and then I download and print it. But you could also just handwrite it, is also a very easy way of doing it. So just get a calendar, or even if you've just got a calendar at home that you have on the wall that you use that, but write out your meal plans. Try and like make it so that you're not having like ground beef 4 nights in a row, whatever. Try and, you know, rotate things and make it so that you're getting a variety of different meals. But also, I like to try and be smart here. So say I'm cooking like nachos one night, the next night I'll write down that we'll have tortillas for dinner, because I can reuse, like I can cook a double batch of ground beef and then like just split it in half, and that way the following night I'm not having to cook as much. So think about how you can use ingredients from one night and maybe carry them through to the next, so you're not having to cook as much or as many nights. That makes it a lot easier. Or like even soup, I'll do a big batch of soup that'll last a couple nights, and then maybe a couple lunches even. Yeah, just be creative, think how you can do that and stretch out a meal. It's not the end of the world to have the same meal 2 nights in a row either. I've totally done that before. And then once you've done that, you've written out your meals and your meal plan on your calendar, then you just rotate it every month. It really is that easy, because you've had like one meal at the beginning of the month, and then the next month it's been like a whole month since you had that meal, and so it's like not a big deal to eat it again at all. And I also think there was once upon a time where families ate like fish on Monday and beef on Tuesday, and you know, like they had the same meals every week and they just rotated it week from week. So I think we've gotten very spoiled and lucky now. But really, we've done this for years now, and I don't feel like we've deprived ourselves at all by having a rotating meal plan. But a good thing to do is to change it seasonally. So to have like seasonal meal plans. So I have one that I have for like the cooler months, or winter and fall, or autumn if you're in New Zealand, Australia, England, all those places that refer to it that way. And then I have a meal plan for the warmer months, spring and summer. And you know, that's more things like barbecue meats and things like tacos and nachos, and whereas the winter stuff is more like casseroles and stews and like, you know, real like comfort food, I guess. So you can do that, and that way you can also play into things that are in season, and which will reduce your grocery bill as well. So that's something to bear in mind. And then every now and again I get kind of sick of eating the same stuff, and so I'll go onto Pinterest and I will look up, say, recipes using chicken breast or recipes using ground beef or whatever, and I'll come up with a few ideas and I'll put them in, and if they're good, then I'll keep them in the meal plan. If they're not, then we'll say, okay, well, that was a fail. We're not going to use that one again. But honestly, I also shop online now, and so my whole process of like coming up with a meal plan, making a grocery list, and shopping probably takes me about half an hour once a month, and that's it. It's done. It's incredible. I love it. I don't think I will ever go back to what I was doing before. And we do top ups for like fresh fruit and veggies and stuff throughout the month because we have to, but bread and milk I just put in our deep freeze, so I buy them in bulk and freeze them. And with meat, we often get like a home kill from my parents have a lifestyle block, and so we'll do that. But I also have bought meat in bulk, like I'll do that as well once a month. And it just makes it super easy to keep on top of things. If you're really smart, you can also create a pantry inventory. That's what I did as well when I started this whole system. So I have like an inventory of things that I know I'm gonna need basically at all times, and I just like quickly go through that, and then I like put it up against my meal plan and make sure that I've got ingredients from whatever meals I'm wanting to cook that month in my inventory. If not, I add them to it, and then I just use that and I go online and do my shopping there. And because it's online, it saves my shopping list, and so the next month I just go back to that shopping list and amend it, the few things on it that I might change from month to month, but really it isn't that much. So that is my whole meal planning and shopping system, and it is incredible. It works so well, and I wish that it worked for everybody like it does for me, because it really is great. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.